Hey y'all, so I decided to do a voiceover because, honey, this was supposed to be like a silent get ready with me video. And then, shit, I want to say like 10 minutes into it, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to actually talk. So I was going out for brunch and a little shopping in Houston. I got the jumpsuit from that place called Just In Fashion, and baby, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now, some of the prices were completely ridiculous. I remember one dress I picked up, it was like $69. Bitch, don't play with me. These are the same clothes I could find on Fashion Over for $20 with a 20% coupon, okay? Try again. So, as you guys can see, I'm over these fucking braids. I'm over them, I'm over them, I'm over them, I'm over them. Like, I commend myself for just being so like different and being creative, but baby, I'm over it. Look, the ponies are not even fucking straight. Like, I'm over it. They pulling my edges. That's the edge control that I use. It's a braid holding gel. Y'all, that shit work like wonders. But like, I'm just over it. This is the part about being a Gemini rising that I probably 10 out of 10 I recommend, is when you basically like your vision comes to life, but it doesn't last long. So one thing about these Just In clothes, they had all these little stragglies. I had to cut all them hoes off, okay? Like, baby, I was gonna do no makeup, and then I realized that you gotta show up for yourself when you go out. So eventually you guys gonna see me do my makeup. Putting on my non-aluminum deodorant. Go buy that, okay? Now this is the holy grail. I don't care what nobody says. This shit literally makes my skin glow the fuck up. And here the fuck we go. I can't wait till y'all hear what I'm going to talk about, because I normally don't talk about this, but you know, the Lord told me to find another platform to be able to express myself, and TikTok is always just short clips, and my YouTube is where I want to show who I am. So I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, mwah. Okay, so I normally don't talk about, you know, stuff like this, but it's my YouTube channel, so why not? So basically, you can't see the label because it's always in my purse, but I got this from the Art of Roots, and I wear the Jezebel oil. Now, there's a lot of things about Jezebel, and I told them on a live one time that she's not what everybody thinks. So I definitely wear the oil. I feel in my case, it prevents me from people that lack generosity. And it also helps me attract generous energy. This is with men and women, regardless of who it is. I put it on and I love it. Now, I will say I don't wear this on my period. If I'm not in a good energy space, I don't wear it. I do feel like when I am in my very Venus, very like power, Lilith energy, I just feel like you need to put it on. You know, my fucking ponytail is crooked as shit. But yeah, you know, if I feel like it keeps me in a very powerful, abundant mindset. I feel like at one point I was doing a lot of like different little rituals or whatever, and I wasn't realizing like rituals work both ways. They work in a way to attract and also to repel. And I feel like I didn't know that at first. So I was just focusing on attracting, not necessarily like understanding in full. And I feel like right before I got that oil, I guess I kind of figured it out, but I really figured it out once I started wearing it. So it was kind of like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm wearing it and I'm not getting any money, or I'm not getting any compliments, and I'm not getting anything. And they were like, that's not how this works. If you didn't receive anything, it's because they don't fall underneath that energy. Like, you can't just put a spell on yourself and just think that the world is supposed to just reflect all of that. That's not true. It's like beauty magic. Everybody sees you as beautiful and everything like that, but then also there are people that see you as so beautiful that they're jealous. So it kind of brings that energy too. I'll give you guys an example. So like, I was working and I was wearing it, and there was this couple, whatever, and I was talking to the husband, no funny business. And I literally could feel and hear the wife saying like, oh, she want her man and all this, want my man. And you know what I'm saying? It was like the family members were around too. It was like they kind of felt the energy, but like it was nothing like that. I just feel like they just picked up on the energy and was just like, honestly, like, oh, this is that. And, you know, already prejudging. It's kind of like Mary Magdalene when people said Mary Magdalene was a whore. Mary Magdalene was not a whore, okay? She was a very powerful woman and bitches was mad. These bitches is mad. So yeah, I do wear it. I've never told people I wear it. I don't really like broadcast all my stuff because I just feel like certain spiritual things are very personal to me. And, you know, so I honestly won't talk more about it. You'll just, you know, see me putting it on. You know, throughout videos, you'll see me put it on some videos you won't. I'm also gonna wear the Polite Society Big Mouth Lip Plumper. And I'll, this is the bottom. This is what the bottom says, okay? I will tag the place that I did get the oil from. I'm not hating, you know, I don't gatekeep. I feel like you use it based off your own risk or whatever results you're looking for. But that's what I would do. I also don't go anywhere without my travel size perfume. So of course I have YSL Libre, and I'm gonna spray some Fame, which is by, I always get his name wrong, which is totally rude. It's not on here. Oh, Paco Rabanne. I will learn the pronunciation, I promise, because I don't believe in mispronouncing people's names, especially if you're gonna wear their products, you know? So, yeah, I thought I wanted to do a silent vlog, but I guess not. I'm not really feeling that anymore. I need to do my lashes. I bought some clusters from Amazon. Child, I have not put them shits on. Them shits is sitting right in my damn pocket on my suitcase because I don't know. Ooh. Okay. This is the fit. We're gonna go to Snooze, which is like a brunch, like breakfast place. I didn't know the jumpsuit had pockets. I actually got this from Justin in Houston. But we're gonna go to Snooze and we're gonna do some journaling, some editing, and then we're going to eat breakfast, of course. So here we go. So I decided last minute that I'm gonna do my makeup. So talk to me. Yeah, I really think it's so funny that I came across the whole Jezebel thing because, you know, everybody's like, oh, Jezebel's a negative spirit. She, you know, she steals people's husbands. She steals, but in reality, Jezebel is just very selfish and she prioritizes herself. She's like Lilith and she's like the other side of Judith. So people are not going to understand it, and I know they're not going to understand it, but you know, hey. We're in a world right now where you need to open your mind up spiritually and stop being so fucking naive. You know, that's something I realized about the collective. When it comes to like spirituality, we are so fucking naive. Like, we don't realize like everything that y'all do is a part of a ritual. But if you don't understand it, it's automatically, you know what I'm saying, like deemed as like some bullshit, you know? It's like, baby, open your horizon. And that's why I love Jupiter and Gemini, because of the fact of like, this literally makes you open a horizon. Like you can't fake this shit. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you really dead ass have to align to what you align to. Cause I feel, if I could be real with y'all, one thing that I noticed over like the last like 4 years of everybody's like spiritual awakening, everybody was in this energy to where it's like they just wanted to know to do something like everybody else. And I was just like, that's weird. Like y'all don't find that to be very like weird and suspicious? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I gotta find out how to do this love spell and do all this. And like, I tried it. I did. I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like I didn't. I tried it and that shit just didn't, something about it just didn't sit well with my spirit. Like, why, out of all the spells that you could do, like when people are like, oh, you're doing spells on people and stuff like that, like, why the fuck would I be doing a spell on you? I'd be doing a spell to make some fucking money. Bitch, people that do spells on people, and I mean like for ill will and shit like that, baby, them people is fucking bored, miserable, and jealous. Because out of all things, with all this magic that I could do in life, right? Which I'm a very magical bitch. Why the fuck would I use my magic on you when I could use the magic on me and what the fuck I want in the future? You won't be able to even be around the shit that I'm manifesting. So it's just like, BFFR. Be so fucking for real, stupid bitch. Like, BFFR. You know? And I realized that. I put myself in a position to where I realized, like, yeah, no, I don't wanna step into something that is gonna require more energy. I'd rather just perfect what I already know about myself. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes we don't look at like, oh, maybe I should just perfect what I already know. Like, yeah, why don't you just do that? That might be a little easier instead of you trying to learn something new that, you know what I'm saying, might not even fucking work. Like, I've learned that. The power of the mind for me has been a very enlightening thing. And I do realize that I am a very secretive about things. I don't know if that comes from being like an oversharer, but I'm secretive about the things that are probably very valuable. And that's probably an issue for society. And I feel like sometimes, like, my profession of like what God wants me to do, my purpose to, like, you know, teach and use my words, I have a hard time like kind of deciphering what to tell you guys and what to teach you, and then what is actually just for myself. Because I know, like, example, I don't converse with my mother. Like, I don't have a relationship with my mother. I don't have any bad blood with her. But I also feel like there's a lot of women in my collective, or there's a lot of women that find me that they don't have a relationship with their mother. And I don't want to automatically tell people like, oh, you need to just go cold turkey. Like, like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, maybe that might be a little too drastic for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, it don't bother me, you know? I'm not bothered at all. Do I think about it? Yeah, but I'm not bothered at all, like, that I don't speak to my mother or my sister, or I don't. Like, it really doesn't faze me. It just doesn't. And so, you know, with me basically having Aquarius in like my career, this should be hard because, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aquarius, you really are supposed to stand up on your own. You are really supposed to do something against the norm that people feel like, you know, like, you're a little crazy for this. Like, it's just how life goes, you know? Yo, I cannot wait till my fucking eyebrow go back. I hate when somebody fucks up my eyebrows and I literally have to wait till they come back in and then go get them waxed because you decided you all of a sudden you just didn't know how to fucking do an eyebrow. Like, now I feel like I should just learn how to do my fucking own, like, waxing and all, because it's so ghetto in these streets. But, you know, like, as an Aquarius, you do stand on your own with a lot of things. Like, you really do. And people, you know, they look at you like you fucking crazy, or they make it seem like, you know, you're doing something wrong, or they push it as if like, you know, you're the villain. And I realize, like, you know what, I could be the villain, and I get why I am considered a villain in certain cases, because I also don't speak on shit. Some shit just don't need to be spoken. If the Lord showed me, and I leave it at that. I do. A lot of people, they don't, and I do. I leave it at that. Whatever God showed me, whatever God showed me. You know? Like, I don't second guess it. Cause I just feel like there's a lot of things that I want in life, okay? There's a lot of things that I want in life. And I feel like the things that I want in life, there are people and places and things that are very detrimental to what I want, you know? And I feel like it goes deeper than I think. And some stuff I'm probably not even supposed to be like knowing or supposed to be aware of, because I mean, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. But you know what I'm saying? I realize that some things that I want in life are very detrimental, you know, to what I ask for. People are just, they're an issue. And I feel like I battle with what I'm supposed to share and what, because at the end of the day, the reason why I'm even teaching is because God is like, you have a good way of teaching. Like, you teach the people that you speak their language. And that's something that I've always said to people. Like, there's a reason why you're so drawn to me. Yeah, my energy is very sporadic, but I also have a different teaching style. And I know with having like, Taurus in a very prominent placement, that me being a teacher of the spiritual realm is very, is difficult. It is. It's difficult because Taurus rules Venus, so it rules love, meaning that I am an embodiment of love. Like, I'm a human version of what love is. But we live in a world and a society that doesn't know what love is. So when it's presented to them, they automatically shy away. They automatically just they're angry, they're irritated, they feel like you lying, you faking, you on some bullshit whole time. Like, no, like, I'm dead fucking serious. Like, I'm being so genuine, like, and that's why when like relationships fail, I've never gotten to the point where I just want to say fuck love. Never. Like, I might say like I don't want to date because I'm like, I just don't want to feel like going through all that energy. But I'm telling you, like, I never give up on love. Like, maybe it's hopeless romantic energy, but I just never give up on love because I just feel like, why would I give up on something that it's real? Like, how I know it's real? Because I'm real. And if I see it within myself, that means it exists in the world. So all that extra shit and all that, like, feeling unworthy and feeling like, oh, well, woe me about shit, that's just kind of pointless to me because of the fact of, like, it can happen. It happens. Like, we watch it happen to people every day, all day, and then we sit here and just be trying to figure out, like, well, why it can't happen to me? And I feel like as a society that doesn't know what love is, like, trying to learn love from somebody on the internet or somebody that you don't know, it can be very skeptical because, like, in your house you couldn't even see that shit, and now you want me to trust a motherfucker that I see on the internet? And then hell, I'm learning my own fucking spiritual, like, my own human lessons, I think that's what gets me the most. Like, girl, you learning your own spiritual lessons as well as you are helping others. And I feel like as I learn, I do help y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that. I just feel like I have a hard time deciphering what to share because, I mean, shit, I done did some wild shit in life. And I don't mean wild, like, in a bad way. Like, I just made some decisions that, like, would be very impulsive to people. But when I tell y'all, if I didn't make the decision at that moment with that person at that time, I would have fucked up everything. Like, I would have folded. Everything would have been done for. Like, I put that on everything. I believe that. Like, if I didn't move the way I moved, baby, I'd be fucked up in the game. I'd be fucked up in the game. I think about that shit all the time. Like, when I was going through what I was going through last year, God had me, like, staying in different houses. And I basically was, like, homeless. Like, for real, I was homeless. I didn't really have anything. Couldn't really do for myself. Like, all I had to do was just depend on God and, like, where he had me. It's just, like, every time I think about those situations, like, I think about, like, if I decided to stay out of a lack mentality, like, if I decided to stay in discomfort because of the fact that, like, I ain't had nowhere else to go, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did I know that, okay, it's time to go? Like, all right, I gotta move. Like, I gotta go. Like, the lesson is completed. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now I'm about to step into something. So it's like, I gotta go and not attach myself and not, because I think I have, like, guilt motivation. That's, like, one of my, I think that's, like, in my human design chart. It's, like, either guilt or something, or shame. I can't remember. It's one of those. So basically, like, I feel like I be on some, like, somebody's gonna save me type of thing, in a way of, like, I can't explain it, but it kind of contradicts because I'm an Aries, so I'm an initiator, but I'm also a North Node Libra. So I'm literally learning, like, how to be with individuals, how to, you know what I'm saying, like, how to maintain relationships. Like, I'm learning that. I had a hard time doing that. Like, I could be in a relationship or a friendship with somebody and still have my own independence, and I have this sense of selfishness. So then I like boundaries because I love you so much that I just, not that I don't care, but in a way I don't care. Because it's just like, I have that inner child energy to just be like, oh my God, like, it's innocence. It's like being an Aries sometimes is so fucking annoying because you see everyone's inner child. Like, they could be a horrible human being, but you see them as the inner child. And I fucking hate this shit. Everybody looking all fucking sad and shit. You have to realize, like, these motherfuckers is grown kids. Like, that shit be fucking with me sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie and say it don't. It fucks with me. You know? It fuck with me heavy. Because, like, it's like you don't want to hurt a kid's feelings, you know? But at the same time, like, you can't just shy away from the truth of what the fuck going on. Like, at the end of the day, we can always give an excuse for a kid, like, oh, they didn't know no better. But at a certain point, like, nah, motherfuckers be knowing exactly what the fuck be going on. Like, motherfuckers is quite aware, you know? And I feel like I went through that. So it's like, how do I teach y'all that? Like, how do I teach y'all? Like, how do I teach people? Like, and I know I am. I know I teach people. That's you know, I get it. Like, I know you guys learn from me all the time. But like, I wish y'all knew how much like I battle with that shit. Like, am I teaching them the right thing? Do they need to know this? Like, is this something that's going to truly benefit them? Like, is this going to help them? Could, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I think every teacher has doubts if like their teaching style is good, or, you know what I'm saying? I think every teacher has those doubts. Like, you just do. You think like, am I failing my students? You know, am I teaching them on their level? And I think because I have also like Virgo and all that shit, like, I think about that. You know, I feel a lot of spiritualists and a lot of teachers, or just a lot of people in general, like when it comes to like social media influencers, like, do you ever think like, am I teaching people real shit? Or am I blowing smoke up their ass? Oh, excuse me. I think about that. Am I teaching y'all something that I should be learning? Like, I'm a firm believer of like, when you guys, excuse me, when you guys come to me for readings and you guys come to me, you know, for sessions and shit like that, like, am I listening to the message? Because you didn't come for me for no fucking reason. You came to me because of the fact that I need to hear something. Our higher selves are having a conversation, and the best way to have a conversation is for us to physically speak. But in reality, baby, we talking about something that's real. Like, we having a conversation about something that both of us need to hear. Both of us need to embrace. Because in fact, I feel like sometimes, you know, we overlook, you know, conversations that we have with people because of the fact that we just think it's a normal conversation. And the whole time, it might just be a normal conversation. But in these times, how God is moving, how he talking and stuff, he talking for you and other people. And I believe that. You be having a conversation with somebody, and you know, you might not need, you know, what the person is going through, but shit, now you be like, damn, all right, like, maybe this is a quality about myself that I probably need to change, or, you know what I'm saying, something about myself that I probably need to work on. Like, you know what I'm saying, I need to do better. Like, this is how this looks. Like, being indecisive, you meet somebody that's very indecisive, like, this is how this looks. So you get to see certain parts of yourself that you just don't like. And I think that, to me, is more powerful than anything, because seeing a version of you that you don't want to be, that shit be fucking with you, because you just be like, man, like, I don't know. I feel like that's what be fucking me up. And that's why I feel like I just keep going. Like, even if I think it's wrong, even if I don't know, like, even if, I'm gonna just keep on going. I'm gonna keep on teaching. And I pray I'm teaching right. And I pray that everything I do say, you know what I'm saying, is helpful, you know. But I'm perfect. I don't fucking know everything. And I know that. I am queen of information, but I don't know everything. I know what my spirit tells me. I know what I feel in my heart. I know I kind of gotten the concept of, I've programmed my mind to only say things that are, like, I believe in that everything that I say is meaningful. Like, I'm supposed to say it, like, you know, I think sometimes I do lack a lot of confidence on what I'm teaching about because I don't know like where the source is coming from. I'm not sure, like, I'm not sure of if this is important to somebody. Like, I think sometimes I do doubt myself in that aspect of like my teachings of, different things. Like, I remember when I first started like spirituality, I'm talking about things and people are like, you've never talked about stuff like that. And they're not wrong. I never talked about stuff like that, but it came naturally. I was right. Like, and I think that's a part of my gifts and my wisdom and my Akashic records. Like, a gift of wisdom is something that it's very confusing. It's not what you think it is. Like, people just think like, oh, you just trying to follow a trend. I can't follow a trend that's naturally in me. Like, I can't explain to you how I know that. I can't explain to you. I don't know. And I think I've built a very hard exterior behind my wisdom and like who I am. I definitely feel like I have. If I could just be so honest with y'all. I've built, oh, that's too dark. Sorry, y'all. Look at me trying to play with shit like that. Okay. I feel like I've built, that's still too dark. Okay, whatever. I do feel like I've built a very hard exterior behind my gifts because it's kind of like nobody's gonna believe me. Like, they're not gonna believe that I'm right. Like, they're not gonna believe that I know what I'm talking about. Like, it was that type of fear. And God was just like, people don't have to believe you. People don't have to, like, I feel like I came on some real big bully shit with my energy of like, bitch, you gonna hear me now, hear me later. And like, it wasn't false confidence. It really was just like, it's like, I guess I prepared myself for when I got 2,000, 3,000 people coming up against me and they like, oh, you can't talk about God and you can't talk about this. And like, so when I'm saying things to people or when I'm like, making my point of that, you ain't gonna punk me, bitch. Like, you ain't gonna step to me. Like, ain't nobody gonna rump with me when it come to me. That ain't just on no, like, I think a lot of people used to say things like, oh, I remember in school, people used to be like, oh, you just want people to be scared of you. Why do I want you to be scared of me? You're just identifying that you are. Because I am confident in myself and I am very direct with how I speak. And so, but it don't be in vain. It don't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it is what it is. I'm marking my territory. I'm claiming my shit, And I feel like that's something that I feel now that I'm like getting into deep feminine energy, not this feminine energy of society, like God's feminine energy. All that rah-rah exterior energy that I had, like, now I gotta settle in that shit. Like, it's the energy to be in that shit, because then, you know what I'm saying, you ain't never scared to go toe-to-toe with nobody, which I'm not. But what happens when you in that energy and you don't have to like battle no more? Like, you don't have to prove your worth, or you don't have to prove that you know what you're talking about. Like, what happens then? Are you going to always be in defense mode? Are you always going to be in warrior mode? And I think as an Aries, sometimes like we sit in warrior mode a lot. Like, it's easier for us to stay in a warlike mentality because, I mean, shit, that's what I'm comfortable with. I'm comfortable with confrontation. I'm comfortable with, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't bother me. It really don't. Like, confrontation never has bothered me. I don't care. Now, I will say sometimes it bothers me because I'll be ready to take it there. And not even just like fighting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't fighting nobody, but I'm calling the police. Like, I've worked corporate jobs since I was 18. I ain't fighting no motherfucking body. But I think like in the sense of like the whole situation of like, arguing and shit like that, like my reputation means a lot to me. And, certain things are just beneath me. So when I was told basically by God, like, yo, I need you to bring it down. Like, I want you to tap in to an energy that is probably going to be very uncomfortable for you. And I'm like, well, why would it be uncomfortable? He said, because you're used to building a defense. You're used to building a brick wall around you because that's war mentality. And I used to be like, Like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, that's war mentality. How you build that structure, how you build that wall, like, you prepare for war, you know? Even when war isn't around, like, even when ain't nothing even happening, like, you prepare for it. And it's a natural instinct about you. And, you know, one thing that you have to realize is that you don't have to be on the defense about every little thing and every little, you know, everybody, you know? So resting in my feminine energy of my power was like, I'm not gonna defend my name. I'm not gonna defend the things that I said. I'm not gonna, you know, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Like, hell, I used to support TD Jakes. I used to support Sarah Jack Roberts, and, you know, and then to come to find out, God was like, hey, like, nah. And I'm like, no, like, no. Like, no. And God was like, yeah, like, you know, hear me well. Not everything was ready for your interpretation. Not everything was ready for, you know what I'm saying, for you to understand. Like, these are highly spiritual things that a lot of people don't understand. Like, you know, I think as a society, we do take a lot of things very unserious. Like, we're a very unserious culture. And, you know, we need physical proof of, like, okay, well, why are we canceling them? Like, we want to dig up all their records. We want to dig up, you know what I'm saying, every little thing. Like, we just want to dig it up all the time. And God is like, something you ain't gonna have time to dig up, because of the fact that the more you dig, the more confused you'll even be about why I don't even want you listening to them. Because it doesn't just reflect based off of, like, who you are. They can be detrimental to what you're gonna become. You know? That's like why, you know, some people, they're my collective and then they leave. I don't be feeling no type of way, because I feel like, what if what I'm teaching you is detrimental to what you need to be learning? Like, what if I was just supposed to teach you a certain point, and then after that you was really supposed to find your own journey? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a part of certain things. We are elevating. Like, that is something that I am very big on. I'm elevating. I don't care what it looks like to society, baby. I'm not in the same place that I was last year at all. Like, I don't care if a motherfucker knew me literally last October. How my life looks now and how my life looked before, I'm not in the same position. So it's like, I believe that in this lifetime, we're all meant to do different things. So resting in my feminine energy and my power was more than just allowing it to, you know, allow me to accept that, oh, okay, I have the power of wisdom. Okay. It was like, okay, you have something. Okay. All right, cool. Like, I'm glad you know you have something. That's great. Okay. Now also, you have something that is very unheard of in your generation. And it was like, okay. And then it was like, okay. And then we also will expand on it, because in the astrological events that are happening in the world will affect you tremendously. And it was just kind of like, oh. So, you know, there's no need to be in defense, because the world is going to catch up to what you already know. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be in a society where you will be looked over. You're gonna, like, these are the thoughts that come to my mind. Like, you know, you're not going to look like the average. You're not going to talk like the average. You're going to just speak your piece. And, you know, like, you're not going to have a niche, and you're not going to have an aesthetic, and you're going to just, you're going to be very different. And, you know, you're also going to say things that are very controversial. You're also going to go against, you know, what society's saying. Like, you're going to teach people the truth behind a lot of the things that society's not teaching. But you're also going to live your life, and you're going to, like, teach people through how you live your life. Miss, who this for? Who is this for? You know, like, what? Like, what? I walk around like the world is not real. Like, I feel like you have to look a certain way to teach about the world, and you have to be a certain way to teach about the world, and then here go little old me stepping on the scene. Talk about some, I'm the big homie. Trying to fight femininity, trying to fight, you know, I'm just like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I think like, should be crazy until I talk about it. It's like I really start thinking like, you know, I have all these thoughts to myself, and like, now God, like, I need you to get on YouTube, and I want you to build your platform, and I want you to build your channel. And it's just like, I get so discouraged. I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I talking about? Like, I know what I'm talking about, but like, how do I get people like to flow to me and, you know, flock to me? And I realize like, that'll never be one of my concerns. I'm too utilization based sometimes. Cause at the end of the day, I think about the money. I ain't gonna never see a lot of y'all. I think about the money, and I feel like that's why I haven't reached the goal that I feel like I should have right now, because of the fact that I really should start worrying about how to actually make the physical dollar about it and really just have fun. Just show the world the real me and let that shit drop. Like, boom, fuck you. Fuck you, we wild. Like, that's really how I feel like I should be. And I feel like, you know, just getting comfortable with your feminine energy of your power is just like, it's hard, you know, sometimes, because, you know, like, different entities and different things, they come and they fight you. Like, they fight you without you even realize you know what I'm saying, you like fall into a trap. Like, I done fell in so many fucking traps. Yeah. And the things that's sent to boost me, sometimes I just overthink, like, hell no. Like, it's like I fight against getting my way. It's gonna sound weird, but my makeup looks very lighter in this camera than it actually really is. It actually looks extremely good, but I don't know why the camera make it look so light, but whatever. Maybe I just really been fucking tanning. I don't look bad, I just look right. That would happen when I be in the sun all the time. I don't know. The backstory about shit be crazy. It's fucking crazy. But this is the final look. I'm actually about to go get crunch and snooze, as I said in the first clip. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See y'all later. Okay, so on our way to snooze. Makeup, is it? Oh, it's makeup, man. Whatever. I think it's just because of it's in the sun. But I'm on my way to snooze. And it's such a nice day outside. It's across the street, so that's very helpful. Houston weather's so bipolar. But yeah, let's see what we do. No lie, this is why vlogging is very hard for me, because I be forgetting to vlog certain parts. So I just went to go get a wax. I really needed a wax. I have a bad habit of waiting to get a wax after, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I'll go at like 4 weeks, and then next time I go, it'll be damn near 2 months. Like, I just be bullshitting on the time. But I need to go get me some Type-C headphones. So I'm about to go to the mall, go to the Apple store, and get those real fast.